In the darkest of nights, with a heart heavy from loss and a mind clouded by pain, Ella made her final choice. She climbed into her car, hands gripping the steering wheel as her thoughts spiraled into despair. With every mile, the weight of her grief pushed her further, urging her to drive faster, to drive without fear and without hesitation. When she reached the highway, the world felt quiet, too quiet. The headlights cut through the darkness, but it wasn't enough to illuminate the darkness in her soul. Ella let go. Her hands left the wheel, glanced in the passenger side and murmured, "Look, my heart rod, no hands." And she drove with reckless abandon, ready to end the pain once and for all. But just as she neared the final moment, nature decided otherwise. A blinding flash of lightning struck her from behind, splitting the night sky with a deafening crash. In an instant, everything shifted. Her life and death were no longer within her control. Fate had stepped in. Nonetheless, her plan to end her life didn't unfold through a car crash, but by being struck by lightning. A passing trucker noticed her and rushed her to the hospital. She was clinically dead for a brief moment before being revived. After 7 days in a coma, she woke up to a new reality, paralyzed and forever changed. While she lay paralyzed in her hospital bed, the memory of why she lost her husband came rushing back. Rob was a good man, an exceptional doctor, principled, and always putting the well-being of his patients and even the hospital staff above all else. She couldn't understand how someone like him could end up shot. Was it a robbery? A random act of violence? Was there still any hope that justice would ever be served? As she relived everything that had happened, it felt as though she had drifted into sleep, dreaming of the moment right after the lightning struck her. In that dream, she saw Rob, and she reached out, desperate to hold his hand. But suddenly, out of nowhere, another hand seized hers and pulled her downward, dragging her into the depths below. She struggled to break free, and what first seemed like darkness below revealed a swirling abyss of shifting colors. Without warning, a whirling vortex swallowed them both. Just before they were separated, she caught a glimpse of the man's face. His eyes filled with sorrow, weighed down by something she couldn't yet understand. And in that fleeting moment, something within her shifted, an unexplainable pull. She had to find out who he was, and somehow, she knew she needed to help him. But how? In her current state, paralyzed and broken, it felt like the only way forward was through prayer. To speak to God, to ask for forgiveness for trying to end her own life. She knew taking her own life was a grave sin, but in that moment, she wasn't thinking clearly. Her pain had drowned out reason, and all she could see was the way out. Now all she could do was seek mercy and hope for healing in body, mind, and soul. While she was deep in prayer, she heard a gentle whisper. "My child, do you know the difference between me and the devil? I see both your mind and your heart, but the devil sees only your thoughts and tries to twist them. I could not let you fall into sin. That lightning was your saving grace." After hearing God's words of forgiveness, she felt a renewed determination ignite within her. Channeling all her strength, she focused on a single, seemingly simple goal: to move her toes. With intense concentration, she silently pleaded for a response. At first, there was nothing. Then, a faint twitch. Encouraged, she pushed harder, her mind willing her body to obey. Slowly, like a key turning in a rusted lock, her toes began to move, tentative, shaky, but real. The numbness that once imprisoned her began to loosen its grip. Hope surged through her. Inch by inch, she was reclaiming control of her body and her life. Exhausted from the effort, but filled with a deep sense of triumph, she allowed herself a moment of much-needed rest.
Up next, Ella dreamt of Dean, The man who took her hand and drew her away, just as she was about to reach Rob's, as if destiny itself had chosen a different path for her heart.